expats, we often face three big challenges: overspending, loneliness, and an identity crisis. Large Man Abroad, I've put a link to his video in the description, recently broke down why so many Americans give up and move back home after becoming expats. And I want to share the one mindset that can help you avoid these three things. And the answer to that is curiosity. Curiosity helps us build friendships, discover affordable ways to live, and connect with the culture of our new home. And in this episode, I'll show you how curiosity unfolds in real life, starting with a visit to a Catholic church, a Hindu temple, and a Muslim mosque, all within 3 miles of each other right here in Mauritius. So stick around, because this is where the adventure begins. And before we go, a few quick stats about Mauritius. Mauritius is called a crossroads of culture. Nowhere is there more visible than in its faith traditions. The island nation is home to a remarkable diversity of religions, shaping our daily lives with celebrations in very unique ways. According to the most recent census, nearly half of all Mauritians, or about 48%, identify as Hindu, and 32% identify as Christians, 18% as Muslims, and smaller communities practice Buddhism and other traditions, with less than 1% reporting no religion at all. Now, a quick note, it's important to follow all the observances of places that you go to visit as a tourist. Respect if there are worshipers, come back when there are worshipers, and make sure that you ask before you video. So the places that I'm visiting today, are during non-worship times, and I will be wearing appropriate clothing and videoing only in appropriate places. So let's get the helmet on and some more appropriate clothing, and let's go. All right, so our first place is the Arumuka Siva Subramaniar Kovel Temple. In vivid colors, it has a Gopuram tower that is covered with intricate carvings of gods, animals, and mythological figures. This temple, about 2 miles outside of Paribare, is dedicated to Lord Murugan and reflects the Tamil heritage brought to Mauritius by indentured laborers in the 19th century. For the community here, Murugan symbolizes wisdom, protection, and victory over adversity. The architecture is unmistakably South Indian. Brightly covered statues, painted reliefs, towering gateways that tell stories in stone and color. Festivals like the Taipusam Kavadi bring these carvings to life as devotees carry decorated wooden structures in acts of devotion, filling the temple grounds with music, prayer, and celebration. Hinduism in Mauritius extends beyond worship, though. From the earliest of the 20th century, Hindu organizations have established schools like the Aryan Vedic Institution, welcoming children of all faiths and emphasizing values of discipline, respect, and inclusion. Education here is not about academics. It's, well, not only academics, obviously it's about academics, but it's also about identity and community. Charity is also central in Hinduism. Groups like the Human Service Trust, the Hindu House, and the Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh serve the poor, empower women, and train youth in leadership and service. Their motto is simple: service to humanity is service to God. So when we look at the temple's colorful gopuram, we're seeing more than art. We're seeing a living tradition of faith expressed through education, charity, and cultural pride. For expats like me, these places that I'm so curious about is the cure for loneliness and identity crisis, because the curiosity connects me to the deeper currents of the culture that I now call home. All right, so a quick side note here. It's important to remember to observe the requirements for each religious place that you go to. Some don't want you to wear shoes. Most all of them want you to cover up. I'm visiting in a non-worship time at where there is less likely to run into worshipers or members. And also, I ask before I come back and record a video. And so right now we're in Katmaro with the Notre Dame Auxiliaries, the bright red roof church. It was built in 1938. It's a small Catholic church which honors Our Lady of Perpetual Help and has become one of the most photographed landmarks in Mauritius. Catholicism in Mauritius is not just worship, it's about community. Across the island, the Catholic Church runs schools, primary and secondary, including the well-known Laureate Institution and the Don Bosco centers that provide technical training. These schools have educated many generations, blending academic with values of compassion and service to the community. Charity is also important here. The Caritas Mauritius, founded in 1965, works through parishes and volunteers to support tens of thousands of people each year through food, housing, education, and other programs. It's a living example of faith expressed through the action of the church members. Inside, the church is also very unique. It has a holy water basin carved from a giant clamshell, a reminder that faith here is part of a fishing village, that church is more than the outside of a building. It has symbolic presence as well. It is built in a place near shipwrecks and loss, and stands for resilience and growth and faith. So when you see this little red roof church here, know that it is more than just a striking view. It's part of a larger story of daily life, of education and charity and community. I go through this area a lot on scooter rides, and I always see it filled with tourists. I've never seen the clamshell basin though, because it's put away. So anyway, let's go on to our next one. So I've just arrived at the Sayava Siddhanta Om Nyamasya Mosque. I am so sorry. These words are very difficult and I have been practicing and I'm still fumbling with them quite a bit. Sayava Siddhanta Namasaya Mosque. And it stands out in the community that I live in, Perry Bear. It's right here in the community, and it is a symbol of devotion in Mauritius. It's prayer hall and minaret point towards Mecca, and while its presence alongside a Hindu temple and a Catholic church reflects the island's unique spiritual crossroads. This mosque is more than a place for daily prayer. It's a center for education and charity. Children gather here for Quranic lessons, learning not only scripture but also values of discipline and respect. Muslim schools across Mauritius blend secular education with spiritual grounding, shaping many generations who carry both knowledge and faith. Charity is also woven into the life of the mosque through zakat, the Islamic practice of almsgiving. Communities support the poor, provide food and housing, and offer scholarships for education. During Ramadan, the mosque becomes a hub of generosity and serving not only Muslims but everyone in need. So when you see this mosque, you're seeing more than just architecture. You're witnessing a tradition of faith expressed through prayer and education and service. And for expats like me, curiosity about places like this are touch points for understanding the people I meet, and having some knowledge helps me connect to the deeper understanding of culture and community. I have been so excited to visit this place. It is called the Pont des Lascars Hindu Spiritual Park, and it has been on my list for quite some time. So let's learn a little bit about it. Walking through this beautiful Hindu spiritual park, you feel both the vastness of the ocean that's quite close by and the depth of the devotion of the park itself. It is one of Mauritius's most important Hindu pilgrimage sites, built along the northeast coast where the land meets the sea. The park is dedicated to Lord Shiva, and its centerpiece is a towering statue that gazes out towards the horizon. Around it, shrines and sculptures honor deities like Durga, Hanuman, and Ganesha, each representing strength, wisdom, and protection. The architecture blends traditional Hindu temple with open air spaces, inviting worshipers and visitors like myself to reflect in nature's embrace. And I truly feel that while I'm walking around. The park's unique features include these long pathways lined with statues, vibrant colors of the shrines, and the way the ocean itself becomes part of the spiritual landscape. Festivals like the Mahashivaratri bring thousands of devotees to these parks, carrying the offerings and prayer and turning the grounds into a living river of faith. And beyond those rituals, Pont des Lascars is a cultural anchor. It reminds us that Hinduism in Mauritius is not just confined in temples. It extends into education with schools that emphasize values of respect and discipline and charity, with organizations that serve the poor, empower women, and support community development. This beautiful park is a place where spirituality, culture, and service to others meet, showing how faith can shape both personal lives and the wider society. All right, we are back from our scooter ride and our visit, and I just want to reflect on this Gen X spirit. The Gen X spirit has always been curiosity, courage, creative independence in a world of change swirling around us. Do you remember when we just explored? We'd hop on our bikes and follow roads just to see where they went. No GPS, no phones, just that question, hey, what's down there? Sometimes we snuck into a community center or a ball game, or just tried to make indescribable contraptions out of whatever we found in the garage. It wasn't about having some plan. It was about satisfying a curiosity and filling the boredom into some sort of adventure. Reminds me of the story is Stand By Me, that film where those 4 kids set out down the tracks, not knowing exactly what they were going to find, but they knew that the journey itself mattered. And if I had to put a soundtrack to these moments, it would be Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own Way. That anthem of independence captures the way curiosity shapes us, pushing us to wander, to invent, and to discover. That's what I carry into expat life now. Curiosity. It's a way to get nostalgic, I suppose, but it's more than a memory. It's a cure for loneliness, the key to reshaping our identity, and a spark that keeps us moving forward. All right. So, Gen X, truth or dare? Looking back, truth, looking back. What song defines your year this year? I said mine was, what did I say mine was? Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac. Go Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac. If you chose dare, go ahead. Choose an anthem for next year, and don't keep it private. Sing it, share it, let the world know. This is your soundtrack. All right. Until next time, keep wondering, and above all, stay curious.